Hey guys, what's up? It is Retro Gamer Gabby, and today I'm going to be cleaning my Atari 2600. This system is in desperate need of cleaning along with my other Atari system that's sitting on top of my TV. This is a game system a lot of my generation knows because before the original Nintendo, this was everyone's gaming console. This was everybody's go-to before the Nintendo Entertainment System. But this system is also the reason the video game crash of '83 happened, because of poor, how do I put it? There was a lot of games coming out, but there wasn't a lot of quality to the games. So Pac-Man for the Atari 2600 killed it, and the E.T. game killed it. And that's why we had the video game crash of 1983 in America. It didn't affect Japan, but Japan was making their Nintendo Entertainment System, and when they were trying to bring it to America, they had a very hard time because of the video game crash of '83. So this is pretty much a precursor to our childhoods, if I put it nicely, but also was part of our childhoods. So this version, because there's many variants and types to an Atari 2600, it's a classic one. This one's more of a newer one because of the 4 switches that are on it. The original one, I believe, was called a Heavy Sixer because there were an extra 2 switches on there. And as you can see, she is very dusty. She needs the cleaning. And the game cartridge slot is open, so definitely needing the cleaning there. And then the back of the console has more options. This is channels 2 or 3, giving you some options there. These are for your controllers. This is for difficulty. Novice is B and the other is not. This is for your power. What is this? Another variation for your other controller, which is right here. So we're gonna clean this baby up. As you can see, dusty as hell. Let's see. So there are 1, 2, none down there, 3, 4. So there are 4 screws to remove to open up your Atari, and they're just Phillips heads because they didn't make it complicated in the 70s and the early 80s yet. So we're going to open that up with probably a size 2. We're going to try a size 2 Phillips head. And if not, it might be a size 1. It might be too big, but it's either a size 2 or size 1 Phillips head. So we're going to open the bottom half of this up. Once you have the 4 screws removed, you'll be able to have an easier time to take the top of the lid off. Let's see here. There we go. So, I gotta push the buttons out here. Okay, motherboard wants to stay. Come on, hold on. Let me coax this out real quick. Okay, now with the top off, you get to the guts of an Atari. And I'm going to be honest with you. It's a very nice and simple system. Okay, so those components stay. So this is actually the motherboard and the guts to an Atari, believe it or not. Now, this piece here, which is to this long cord that connects into your old TVs, you're going to have to feed it through here to remove it completely. All these switches, they feel decent, but I'm still going to clean them. And then I'm going to check on all the capacitors and everything. Because remember, this system is older than me. I'm trying to see if there's a date on it. Revision 16 So I'll have to look up revision numbers and see what this would, okay, hold on. It's right here, and it's dated at 1980. So this is a 1980 variant of the Atari 2600. It is not an original, but it is dang near close before the crash of '83. So about a few years off. I'm gonna quickly feed this long cord out of here so this way we can get the plastic pieces out to clean them properly. Because these are the only plastic pieces you have to clean for this system. It's actually kind of easy. Voila! This is an Atari 2600 internally. So there's a couple RF shields. I have never removed this because it's a component to the cartridge slot. As you can see it's pretty dusty, so I am gonna have to clean this puppy. And oh, of course, every one of these want to fall out. It's the pieces to the switches here, so I'll take these out and save them. I don't want to lose them. They're muy importante. These pieces stay because they're taped or glued on here. So I'm gonna take a toothbrush and some alcohol and I'm going to clean these. But I also want to look over all the capacitors and everything and make sure that this is okay, because this system is 45 years old now. This system is about 5 years short of 50, if it truly is a 1980 model. Let's look at the other side here. All the joints and everything. They look decent. I'll have to check and make sure they're all stable, because they look a little off, some of them. So I'll have to make sure that all the joints and everything look good. Like that looks separated almost. What is that? So we'll have to double check ourselves, make sure everything's a-okay. Because that joint looks dry. So I'll have to double check everything. And we're gonna clean this motherboard, but you'll want to clean all this with Dawn dish soap and water. Okay, now that everything is dry, all the plastic pieces, which there ain't much for an Atari 2600, you can now put your motherboard back in. I have it cleaned. I cleaned the controller ports, the switches, and everything. This piece of paper that goes with it keeps falling off because I cleaned around it. The capacitors look great too, so I'll just continue keeping my eyes on those, but being for a later model of this, it's pretty good. So we're gonna place it back in, but first you also have to remember to feed your RF switch cable back into here. And we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna place the motherboard right back onto where these two pegs are here. All right, now that I have everything aligned and everything's okay, all the switches work and are able to be maneuvered for the most part, I'm gonna turn this back around and we're gonna put in the 4 screws back into the console, and then there's 2 that go down into this port down here. All right, now with the system put back together nicely and seated and everything is in working order, now is the point where you test it. My problem is I had to throw out the old AC adapter for this because the wires were chewed through. It was not my original system. I had bought it from a retro game shop years ago. So it came like that. So I need to buy a new adapter for it, which goes right into that port there. As well as this is a long, very long coax cable. and you could stick it into a coaxial box. Some Ataris, like the older ones, came with a box that you connect to your TVs via the antenna. There's also a coax adapter that you just hook to this, and then you can just tighten it into your TV. I'm going to need to buy that part, but luckily it's only like $3 to $4 to buy that part. The thing I have to go searching for is the AC adapter for this. So I will be making a separate video not only for my GameCube to show and test how it's working, but I will also be making a separate video for my Atari 2600 here. The next system we're going to be doing is going to be an obscure one. It's been seen and done, but I have personally never been into this system. I have never needed to clean it, but because of the mess that's on it, and I bought it before we had moved, it's in need of cleaning now. So we will be hitting this system next, and I can't wait for it. So I will catch you guys in the next video for the next system cleaning. I hope you enjoyed the cleaning of an Atari 2600.